Welcome to the Purgatorious Pig Tavern podcast, the Dungeons and Dragons and craft beer drinking podcast. I'm your GM Scott, and we'll go around the table and introduce the rest of the players for tonight.
This is Short Stack.
Rick Rozier here, little buddy here as well.
We'll begin this episode. Rick, you are in your room tinkering on Little Buddy after a long day of adventuring. As you're tinkering, Short Stack walks in with a couple of beers.
Hey, Short Stack, what's up?
Hey, I thought you might need a little refresher.
What you got there?
Oh, little something that Myth Doris slid my way. It's called Smoking Dagger.
Who's it by?
Jack's Abbey. How's you and little buddy doing?
I'm just trying to mend little buddy here. After our last couple of fights, he's been a little banged up. He kind of keeps hitting the deck, so
Hitting the deck?
yeah, he needs a little tune-up every once in a while.
Ah, all right. A little glitchy.
Mm-hmm.
Here, have one of these. So wet your whistle while you're trying to figure this out.
Jack's Abbey was founded in 2011 by three brothers, Jack, Eric, and Sam Hendler in Framingham, Massachusetts, specializing in lagering. The name has a double meaning in an ode to Jack's wife Abby, spelled the same way as the brewery, A-B-B-Y, and a nod to Abbey Brewing, spelled A-B-B-E-Y. At the time, it was a niche market as there was not a lot of brewers tackling the lager scene. The first beer was a Munich Dunkel lager called Red Tape because of the amount of, red tape it takes to open a brewery. To this day, they've stayed the course and it's worked out for them, especially as lagers are making a comeback. What Jack's Abbey has done is innovate the lager to something greater than just a fizzy yellow drink or beers that abide by the German purity laws. They've added flavors like coffee, lavender, kiwi, and smoke to some of their lagers. They have a Radler series that is excellent during the hot summer months. On top of that, they make a series of Baltic porters dubbed Framinghammer, which, as Randy would say, you can't sleep on this. Variants include a barrel-aged version, chocolate cake, peanut butter, chai, French toast, and tiramisu versions. Jack's Abbey is a tap room in an old office complex in Framingham, Massachusetts, about 30 minutes west of Boston proper. It's a staple for us whenever we go to Boston and often a great spot to get off the Mass Pike and wait out some traffic with some excellent beer and food from their food hall. They have an event space in the back and a great selection of beers to go. In 2016, the brothers opened an experimental space called Springdale right next to their main brewery/tap room. Springdale was known more for sours, barrel aging, and experimenting with fruit and other flavors. They made some incredible beers and quite possibly had a big hand in steering the sour craze that we see today. This place allowed them to experiment while still maintaining the identity of Jack's Abbey and their world-class lagers. Most of the Springdale line was only available at the brewery, with some of the more popular ones making their way to distribution. However, the COVID-19 pandemic put a huge damper on Springdale particularly, and they shut the doors for good in 2023. Though they have not ruled out a return of Springdale beers, it most likely will not include a barrel room. Adding to that uncertain return, Jack's Abbey recently purchased Wormtown Brewing in April of this year, 2024 for those catching up. Wormtown is a brewery from Worcester, Mass., known for its Bee Hoppy Ale, and makes the Hendler Family Brewing Company umbrella one of the 10 largest family-owned brewing companies. The beer we have here is Smoke and Dagger from Jack's Abbey, Smoked Black Lager. It's a traditional black lager with smoked malt, making it a very interesting beer.
This is a smoked black lager with imported Bavarian malt and smoked roasted malts. And yeah, it's quintessential black lager. It's a clean, clear, crisp beer, and it has a nice smoky undertone to the entire beer. Think of it like not so much like a peated whiskey or scotch, but more like a fireside smoke. I really enjoy this beer. I would give this a solid 15 out of 20.
That's it?
Yeah, because I think they'd have other beers with a smoke that they do better. And Smoke and Dagger is like a good beer, but it's not as full bodied as some of the other beers that they do. After having the other beers, I think I would have rated this higher before having some of these other smoked beers that they do. Fire and Bernstein is another one that they do very well. I don't remember what style of beer it is.
I think it was a smoked Marzen.
Yeah, I think it is a Marzen, you're right. And for some reason, it's like the somehow the smoke in that one is stronger and mixes better with that style of beer than the black lager, which doesn't sound like it would be better, but there's like a sweetness in the Marzen that's not in this beer that complements the smoke really well. That's why I would start out my adventure with a 15 on this beer.
This is smoked beer, as we said. It is very malty. It's even though it's a dark lager, but you get a lot of the malt taste. The smoke, I think, enhances that malt taste, that backbone of it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're an IPA fan, probably not the beer for you. You don't get a lot of hops in this one at all. They're there, just definitely more of an undertone of hop flavor. If you like that bready taste of a darker beer, it's there even for a lager. So kind of hits all those tasting notes. I'm gonna give this one 17.
This beer, I really like this beer. I think this is one of their year-round beers that they have at Jack's Abbey. Jack's Abbey, as you know, is a lagering house. Everything they do is really crisp, really clear, really fresh feeling. And I think to go back onto one of the earlier episodes where I was getting down on what I call it, the new age lager, where it's got a soft feel on the palate. They don't. They have a pretty crisp, pretty sharp feel that I like.
The new age lager.
I think this is right up their alley. It's smoky, but not as smoky as I think some other people would like. The malt is, like Scott said, really malt forward. I can taste it. It's like all malt almost. I like it. I think I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna give this one a 16 out of 20. Nope, 17 out of 20.
For a total of 16?
17.
So I'm gonna give this one a 17 out of 20. It's really good. It's really light bodied. You could probably have a bunch of these if you can handle the flavor. But to Aaron's point, I think she's right. I think that there's something that the other smoked beers that Jack's Abbey does that really come through, like the Fire and Bernstein, where they add the sweetness of the Marsden, which really complements the smoke very well. But again, great beer. If you get a chance to try it, definitely try it. And if you like smoked beers, this is actually a very good one to have a bunch of. So
Cheers.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Short Stack. This is pretty good. Mythorus always right on the money with these.
Yeah, I think she knows how to pair beers with experiences really well.
Mm-hmm.
As you continue to tinker while drinking this delicious beer, you notice little buddy's arm starts to move and reaches out towards Short Stack in an aggressive manner.
Hey, what's he doing?
Oh, fuck. Not again. Quick. Run away.
Run away?
Yeah.
Retreat? Dash?
I'm going to hit the safety switch.
So you hit the kill switch on little buddy, and his arm slams down into his side.
What do you mean by not again?
Oh. Doodle, 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 doodle.
It is a crisp morning, and Rick Rolger is walking up to this giant corporate building with the sign Widgety Widgets on it.
I need some like background, like do 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 do. Oh, my future's in front of me music. I just graduated from I forgot what university I went to. I just graduated, and with my mechanized
Man?
Don't recall off the top of my head.
Not mechatronics?
That wasn't mechatronics.
Your mechanized magic engineering
Oh, yeah,
degree
yeah.
from
Okay.
the City University.
Oh, that's right.
No name, just the City University.
I've got my lunch pail. I've got my knapsack and a fresh new shirt and khakis. And I'm joyfully but anxiously walking to the first day of the rest of my life. And I'm very excited to earn a paycheck.
As you approach the front door of Widgety Widgets, a hurried dwarf bumps into you, frantic, and looks up at you and goes,
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's my first day.
Hey, mine too. What's your name?
Paper.
Paper.
Yeah, Paper. It's a normal name.
But my name's Rick.
Nice to meet you, Rick.
Nice to meet you, Paper. Do you know where we're supposed to go?
I don't know. Who are you working for?
I think we have to go to a onboarding thing first.
Oh, crap. I didn't even know that. I'm glad I ran into you.
As you guys enter Widgety Widgets, you see a large desk and a robot at the front desk with rows of cabinets behind it. As you approach, the robot springs to life almost, looks at you, Rick, and goes, "Please state your name."
Rick Rozier.
It takes a second, turns around, thumbs through, opens a cabinet, thumbs through it for a folder, and pulls it out and goes, "Oh, new hire." Hands you the folder and says, "Wait here a moment."
All right.
It turns towards you, Paper, and goes, "What's your name?"
Paper. Just paper.
It turns around and opens a drawer, starts thumbing through it, and goes, "I don't have a just paper here. What's your name?"
Paper.
It moves over to another cabinet and pulls out a drawer and finds a folder. New hire, hands you the folder and says, "Wait here a moment." You see a stone in its chest start to glow for a few moments, and then it turns off. You see the robot turn inanimate. A few more minutes pass by, and an elf comes down dressed in a full business suit and goes, "Oh, are you our new hires?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think we were just registered in.
Please follow me. We'll take you to your onboarding process."
Okay.
They bring you into a conference room and you sit down and they start handing out these papers and says, "Here's your emergency contact form. Here's liability form. Here's your conflict of interest form. Please make sure you know anyone who you may be dating here."
Okay.
You see this individual leave for a bit while you take your time to fill out this paperwork.
That's a lot of paperwork here. Did
Yeah,
you
well,
come
it's-
up with it?
It's corporate. So what do you expect?
They need 3 forms of identification. Did you bring all 3 forms of identification?
Oh, shit. What?
I'm sure it'll be okay.
I knew it. I knew I would screw up.
Is there anybody else in this room with us?
Oh, it's just the two of you.
Oh, it's just our first day?
Just your guys' first day.
Oh.
So, where'd you graduate?
City University.
Oh, the City University. Yeah, that's a good one.
What about you?
The country university.
What are you doing? What's your job here? What are you doing?
I think I'm a mailroom guy.
That makes
No
sense.
idea.
A name like paper.
Yeah, I
You're
think
shoo-in.
that you might put me in another role. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that means. I'm new here.
Yeah, I mean, like an analyst, that could be an analyst. Less in mailroom, more of like looking at papers and sorting them.
A mail analyst?
Mail analyst, yeah, a mail analyst. My uncle got me this job, so I'm just like wherever they put me, I'm just gonna do it.
Who's your uncle?
I don't know. He's like one of the dwarves that got in with the elves here.
Dwarves that got in with the elves?
Yeah, he's like a director or something. I don't know.
Really?
Like I don't know him that well. I needed a job, and he said he gave me a job here.
So as Paper and Rick are filling out this paperwork, getting to know each other, a large male Goliath walks into the room. "I'm your HR rep, Larry. I'm here to give you your ethics training before you can really get started here. Have you filled out all your paperwork?"
Almost.
Yeah. How many forms of identification do you need?
3.
Well, my uncle is like Mr. Smarty Pants upstairs.
He
Is
looks
that the Smarty Pants?
The Smarty Pants.
he looks over the clipboard he's holding and goes, "Really? Another one?"
Is that okay? Like, do I need all 3 forms? Like, I mean, you could just like bring them down here and
You're fine.
sweet.
But you can tell he's clearly pissed off. Not another one. So Larry pulls out an overhead projector and puts down this sheet of paper and that's got a list of rules to follow that says things like, "Do what's right. Don't take bribes. Don't drink on the job."
If you see something, say something.
Pretty much. General corporate nonsense that is the way of life. Do you think you guys can follow these rules?
Yeah. Why wouldn't we?
Do I have to? I don't think I actually have to, right? Yeah. No, I can. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to look over a paper warily and continue filling out my background information, my contact information, my dislikes,
Your conflict of interest, if
my
any.
conflicts of interest, my emergency contact, the results of my blood test,
Personality type.
the results of the Myers-Briggs.
Address, phone number, your bank account.
Oh yeah, I signed up for a direct deposit. There's something here that I don't think I can add in, but it was really funny. I had to go to the physical. I got it at this place in Stratford. It's like 2 weeks before we started working. And I was like, all right, I'm going in. I thought it was just going to be like a blood test and a piss test. But they went through a full physical, and it was 95 degrees out and like 100% humidity. It was so fucking hot, and I was chafing a lot. So I put cornstarch down there to like stop the chafing, which does work. It's a really good method. But I didn't realize that the woman doctor that I was gonna have was gonna check me for a hernia.
Did you get checked for a hernia?
After you're like 17, that's for any physical, that kind of becomes standard for
No, I know, but
gentlemen.
this wasn't. I had already had like my regular
Right,
physical.
yeah.
This was a physical that I had to do for
Getting
work.
for work, right?
And I was like, I didn't expect that was going to be a thing. So I go down there, and she was like, all right, we got to check if you're hernia. And I was like, oh, okay. And she's like, pull down your pants. I went, okay. So I did. And then this just like plume of white dust came flying out. Kind of like when LeBron
does his pregame thing.
LeBron does his pregame thing. And the woman just stops, and she's just like trying to hold back laughter. And I was like, I didn't know that this was going to happen today. I'm sorry. No hernia, though.
That's good.
Oh, thank God.
So Larry is looking at you guys filling out your paperwork after going over the very brief ethics rules. You can tell it's pretty loose here. He says, once you guys finish your paperwork, bring it up here, and I'll bring you guys to your desk.
All right. Done.
Done.
So Larry takes your guys' paperwork and asks for the folders you were given, files them away, and says, all right, I'll bring you guys to your desks now. He leads you up 3 or 4 floors. He doesn't really know where he's going. He stops at the 3rd floor, realizes it's the wrong one, and takes you up another floor and brings you over to this cubicle area and says, this is going to be your cube mate, Rock. Rock, this is Rick and Paper. Show them the ropes. And Larry turns around and leaves.
Hi, Rock.
Hey, Rick.
Hi guys. I'm Paper. Hi Rock.
So, first day on the job?
Yes, sir. Straight out of college.
I don't have time to train a new guy. What did you get your degree in?
Mechanized magic engineering.
Hearing that, his ears perk up a little bit and goes,
Huh. I haven't hired one of you guys in a while. You actually might be useful.
That's why I'm here.
and he looks to you, Paper.
And you?
Liberal arts. I'm good at reading things.
So what were you hired to do here? Please don't tell me project manager. Please don't tell me project manager.
Well, clearly not project manager because you don't want me to say that. But just thinking they'd throw me in the mailroom, but they sat me next to you, so I don't know what they want me to do.
All right, I guess figure it out.
As Rock finishes saying he'll figure out what he can do with you, that same elf from earlier who walked you guys in hand Paper a slip saying, you are now deputy PM,
What does PM stand for?
project manager.
Oh, sweet. That sounds like more pay. I'm assuming. So I worked hard for it since I walked in the door. So
And you just see Rock put his face into his hands and goes,
Not another one. Please no.
Rock then turns back to you, Rick, hearing what your degree was in.
So, did they tell you why they hired you? Did they give you a job assignment? Yeah, any information?
No, they give you information?
No, that's pretty typical here. We're pretty much on our own. They don't know what the hell they're doing.
All right, so what are you doing? How can I help?
I got this little side project I've been working on. I got some robots that I've been working some AI on. It's pretty cutting edge. Could use some help there. You know anything about that?
I mean, I took some classes in it. Sure.
I just developed some new machinations that I want to try out. You want to come to the testing room on your first day? See how that works?
Yeah. I just gotta wait till my badge clears.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I'll get you in.
Okay.
Paper, you wanna come along?
yeah,
You're not doing anything, are you?
yeah, I want to. Yes.
At this point, leads you guys down the hallway, and he points out.
There's the restrooms. They're on every floor right by the stairs. We try to make that easy for people.
Then he starts walking downstairs a few floors.
I have a special testing room that's down in the basement, so we're heading down there.
Oh, okay. Can we stop at the cafeteria real quick?
He looks at a watch on his wrist.
It's like 10 a.m. What do you need?
Coffee.
You're one of those. All right, well, go get coffee, I guess.
He stops at the first floor. You see the front desk again, and then the doors behind there. He goes, the cafeteria is in there. You can go get your coffee. I'll wait here for you.
I walk off to go get the coffee.
Rock and Paper are waiting in the lobby for Rick to return. The elf comes by again from earlier, at this point looking very disgruntled almost that they're doing this, and hands Paper another slip that says you've been promoted to project management lead.
Must be really important. I understand why this is coming to me. It makes a lot of sense.
There's no further information on what project they're leading. That just says project management lead. And Rock goes,
What the fuck?
Oh, I worked really hard for this.
Who do you know here?
That's like my uncle and a few other family members.
he's just shaking his head.
Freaking Nepo.
All right, come back with my coffee.
Meet your new boss.
Paper?
Yeah, they just promoted them to project management lead.
Yeah, I mean, I've been working really hard since I walked up the stairs and down the stairs, so I think I deserve this. Guys, can I get your status? Like, when are you gonna be done with that task?
What task?
That task, any task. Just, when are you gonna be done with it? Because I think we need to get stuff done. And Brock, are you on track?
Yeah, sure.
Is everything?
I'm on track.
You need help with anything?
No, I think I'm set.
Don't spend too much money on whatever project you're working on.
Yeah, sure thing. Got it.
Rock in disgust.
Follow me downstairs.
All right, we're going to follow you downstairs.
So you get downstairs. It is built like a bunker. You can tell they do some pretty heavy testing down here. It's reinforced walls, making sure nothing can affect the structure of this building at all.
Okay.
You see 4 blast doors, all labeled differently, all have badge access required to get into them. Rock walks up to one of them and swipes his badge and goes,
Come on, let's go in.
waving you guys in.
All right, don't I need a badge for this?
No, it's fine. No one cares about tailgating here.
How you get out, though? Do you badge out?
Yeah, we badge out. I'll badge you out. Don't worry.
Okay.
Just blatant disregard to tailgating rules. So in this lab area, there is a mezzanine that overlooks a test area.
Okay.
And in the test area, you see 2 robot figures that are completely inanimate right now.
Okay. Do they
And
look like the ones that we saw at reception?
it's similar in structure.
Mhm.
They're very humanoid in shape. These just look like they have some armaments on them.
So, Rock, I gotta ask, how does this affect our critical path?
It's not on critical path. I have lots of float to getting this project done.
I gotta know how this affects our critical path, though. You gotta put a plan together.
I'll send you a message by close of business. Is that all right? I gotta review my paperwork.
Yeah, just make sure you get back to me and communicate what the plan is.
Okay, I can do that. Paper, right on it.
Paper, do you know what's going on here?
Do I know what's going on? No, I think this is something about our backlog or to help out with acceptance criteria. I don't know. That's why I need you, Rock, to communicate with how this affects our critical path. Do we need to get a meeting for the project plan on this? I could have you set up a meeting, Rock, or Rick for the project plan.
I would, but I still don't have a computer or a live account yet. And neither do you.
No, I'm gonna do my job though.
Well, I'll absolutely set up a meeting with. I go to a computer and I just start smashing buttons like a lunatic.
You're trying to get into your email and you can't. You don't have the privileges yet. You just
Excellent. This is great.
Rock heads upstairs on the mezz and tells you, presses a button in the mezzanine, and you hear his voice booming through a microphone.
You 2 know how to fight, right?
A little bit.
What?
Hearing the what, you hear the blast door close. Through the microphone, you hear Rocco.
I'm just trying out some new machinations on these robots, so just be on the ready.
And you hear a blaring bullhorn go off.
Wait, are we part of the resource planning for this?
Yeah, sure. I got PM loaded at like 5 heads. We need this project has lots of PMs on it.
Oh, okay. All right. As long as we're part of that, then yeah, proceed. Whatever. As long as we move the bar to the right. And you see, I'm holding up my hands, and I'm like left, right, right. As long as we move the bar to the right.
So after the bullhorn, you two are on the ready to defend yourselves potentially. However, these robots don't seem to lurch to life like you were expecting them to. There's no sort of red glow about them like the robot you saw in the front lobby. They just seem to be stationary.
Hey, Rock, is there something supposed to be happening?
Rock in frustration goes,
Yeah, they're supposed to be active, running around the room, being really nimble and agile.
Is that the acceptance criteria? Like, what's the acceptance criteria? How do we know what the acceptance criteria is?
There's a plan in place for quality to buy these things off, but we're still in development, so that's not fully in place yet. We're still prototyping here.
Okay, well, just keep me in the loop on that. Okay.
Got it.
yells down to Rick.
I know it's your first day on the job, and you just go check out that robot in front of you, see if the switch is on or off.
Sure. I approach the robot cautiously.
As you approach the robot, it lurches to life without any warning or signs that it should be active. And we will roll for initiative.
Oh, no.
I have a 0.
All right. So, Rick, what did you get for initiative?
9.
So, Rick, as you approach the robot, you notice it lurches into motion, even though it's not giving off any of the warning signs, and you are first to act.
Oh,
You hear Rock over the loudspeaker.
This isn't supposed to be happening.
I yell, Control, Alt, Delete.
I yelled,
Does this put us behind schedule?
The robots don't seem to react at all to your verbal command.
I'm going to mage hand over to start touching buttons on it.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find the off switch. Let's roll for that.
Give me an insight check.
Okay. That's a 7.
So you cast Mage Hand and you try and turn this thing off. Your Mage Hand sort of just flying around it, not sure where to toggle anything. It just sort
Where
of
to poke?
It just sort of pokes it in the head and it doesn't do anything.
Mm.
The robot standing in front of you now is gonna take a swing at you
What?
and miss with a 4.
Yeah.
The other robot is gonna run up on Paper and take a swing at Paper. 10.
Miss.
Paper, you are up.
All right, I'm gonna just gonna try to hit the robot in front of me wildly. Does a 9 hit?
9 misses. At this point, you hear Rock frantically trying to command and push buttons and like trying to tell you guys.
I got this. I'll shut him down. Don't worry. I got this.
At the same time, you hear a louder loudspeaker come on and say, attention all employees. Paper has been promoted to director of the project.
Paper, is that you?
Obviously. I mean, look how hard I've been working. So, have we hit our milestones?
I don't know. What milestones?
Rick, you're up.
What's some risk mitigation for the robots going crazy like this?
What school did you say you went to?
Yes, I went to school.
All right, I'm going to firebolt the one in front of me. Oh, no.
And that's a nat 1, everyone.
Well, I try to use my firebolt, and it distinguishes immediately, but I'm going to use my point of inspiration. 11.
That will miss.
Crap.
That robot's going to take a swing at you. 23
That hits.
for 4 points of damage.
Oof.
The one in front of Paper is going to take a swing. It's a nat 20. 9 points of damage. Paper, you are up.
I'm gonna yell at this robot. I'm gonna say, what's the risk assessment? Why are we doing this? Why are we going forward with plan here? This project should be shut down immediately until we get a fishbone diagram of why this is happening.
The robot doesn't appear to respond to your pontificating.
Can I get a dive right now on why you're malfunctioning?
It just looks at you with its dead cold eyes.
And that's all I do. And I swing at it for 12.
12 misses.
Guys, I almost got it. I almost figured out what's going on. Just buy me a little bit more time.
Buy you time.
Rick, you're up.
I'm gonna firebolt again at the one in front of me because I think I can do it this time. Haven't practiced in a while in a live setting ever, actually. 14.
14 hits.
All right. 8.
You put a firebolt right in this thing's chest and it lurches back. It's still twitching, but it doesn't seem fully functional right now. It is going to take a swing at you, though. 11.
Misses.
The one in front of Paper is going to take a swing. That one.
That's also tasty.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna. How does this fit into the statement of work? Does this move us to the right? Are we moving to the left right now?
That's the least of your problems right now. Pay attention.
We gotta get a communication plan together. We need some more meetings. All right, can you set up that meeting, Rock? Can you set up a meeting for this? I want like a 4-point plan on how we're gonna get out of this.
Are you doing anything else on your turn? Or are you just yelling at Rock now as a micromanager?
I'm just yelling at Rock
No,
as a
please,
micromanager.
please fight the robot. Paper, please do something other than just yell at them.
No, I just don't understand. I don't understand why we can't get a risk assessment together. If we just get a risk assessment, that's gonna fix everything. I know it.
10 more seconds, guys. Give me 10 more seconds.
Rick, you're up.
I'm gonna continue firebolt the one in front of me. 24.
That hits.
Yeah, for 1 damage.
That is enough, though. You put a second firebolt into its chest, and you just see it fully break down. It's not twitching or moving anymore. The one in front of Paper takes a swing, and I believe hit with a 19.
Yeah,
8 points of damage.
I'm dead.
So this robot punches Paper and starts to spaz and wails on Paper a few more times as Paper falls over.
Paper!
As you hear over the loudspeaker, Rock comes on,
I think I got it.
and you hear a loud buzzer horn again, and after it's swung a few times at Paper, clearly landing blows, it hunches over and stops swinging.
I'm gonna run over to Paper and see how that ended up.
Rick, you walk over to Paper after seeing Paper get punched in the face 4 or 5 times on the ground, and you check for a pulse, and there's nothing.
Paper has been punched to a pulp. That's a Paper joke for all you out there, all you Paper fiends out there.
Rock comes down from the mezzanine, has this horrified look, and goes,
Not again. This can't happen again.
Is this another flashback?
Flashback within a flashback.
and he's
Oh, I'm
like,
dead.
he looks over to Rick.
Just don't say anything. If they come talking to you, I got this. They won't know you were here. You never bitched in. We're gonna go back up to our desks.
Okay.
Rock leads you out of the test chamber, just leaving Paper's body there. He doesn't try and hide it or anything, he just leaves it there and walks you guys back up to your desks.
Is every day like this?
No, not usually. I gotta spend some time looking over the machinations I put together. I don't know. This wasn't supposed to happen.
I don't know who Paper knew, but it seems like Paper knew a lot of people here because he ended up being our boss at the beginning of his first day. So, that being said, can I look at the stuff you've been working on? Can I help? I think I might be able to help.
Sure, just don't tell other people about this. This is kind of off the books stuff.
What do you mean off the book stuff?
This is a side project.
Then what am I? Well, all right, then what's my regular job?
You're just gonna be helping keep the assembly line running.
Yeah, okay, so what's that entail?
When a robot stops working, you just go fix it. They don't make anything fancy down there.
All right, so can I help with your
So-
side project then?
As he hands over a folder with some of his workings, that elf from earlier walks over and points to Rock. Rock, come with me. We need to talk. You were in Blast Chamber 1, right? And Rock sighs and goes, yeah, I was there. I'll come talk. And she looks over at you, Rick, and goes, were you down there by chance?
What's Blast Chamber 1?
Oh, did Rock not show you around at all?
I went to the bathroom and I got a cup of coffee.
Whoa, there's a paper trail for that. You're
Uh,
smart.
Can you give me a deception check?
Why? I did go to the bathroom. Oh, no, I didn't go to the bathroom. I did get a cup of coffee. Crap. All right. Did I go to the bathroom or not? Definitely. I went to the bathroom. So 18.
Yeah, so with an 18,
I
she's like,
convinced her I went to the bathroom.
she's like, she's like, Rock, you couldn't even show the new guy around at all. You see Rock walk off with her for a little while you can thumb through his paperwork.
I'm going to thumb through the paperwork and I'm going to take 0 of it in and be like, okay, this is cool shit. What I do is boring shit.
About an hour passes and Rock comes back and goes,
Do I have a login at this point, or I just keep trying to log into my
you
email? It's
keep
not working.
trying to log in, doesn't work. You know how it is. It takes 3 to 4 days usually to get the shit you need to do your job. So yeah, about an hour passes and Rock comes back. He looks down at his watch and goes,
I think it's about time to leave. You want to go get a beer? It's been a long day.
Yeah, sure.
No, you say absolutely. Holy shit. I just saw someone die on my first day. That's what you say.
Yeah.
there's a good place right next door. They got some good stuff available. It's usually where I go.
Okay.
Let's just go there.
All right. That sounds good. You're buying, right? Because I haven't got my first paycheck yet.
Yeah, I got it. Don't worry about it.
Because you almost killed me.
Yeah, that too. You did almost kill me.
So you guys go next door to the bar and sit down. And he goes,
I know this is probably a long day for you.
Yeah, I had to get up, put on pants, get here, work 8 hours. Work is a funny term, isn't it?
It is. He's like, but you showed you could handle yourself today. I appreciate you being able to defend yourself. I could use someone like you to help me get through.
I appreciate you telling the truth with air quotes.
I appreciate you defending yourself and telling the truth to HR. I'm willing to help train you, teach you what I know. Maybe we can work out the bugs of this thing and get these robots to work how they're supposed to work.
That sounds good to me, but how are they supposed to work?
We'll discuss it over a beer.
as you guys walk up, get to the bar, and he puts some gold coins on the tavern as if he has been here enough times that putting coins down is enough to get a couple beers to be put in front of him. The bartender comes over and slams 2 pints of beer down and says, "Another rough day, Rock?" He hands a beer to Rick.
Cheers to what will hopefully be a great partnership.
All right.
So the bartender comes over and puts down 2 pints of beer and goes, "Hey, this keg was freshly tapped." The bartender comes down and slams 2 pints of this very dark beer down on the bar top and says, "Drink up. This is freshly tapped. It is a very dark beer compared to, Rick, what you're used to, the pissy yellow, watered down beers of the area."
This is beer?
Yes, this is beer, locally crafted, way better than anything you can get at any of the other bars.
Rock, what is this beer?
Yeah, this is beer. Do you not know beer?
Doesn't look like beer.
Well, sit back and enjoy. You're in for a treat.
All right. I'm going to take a sip of this
Muddy water?
jet black looking beer. I'm used to something I can't see through this. Normally I can see through it, and I don't know what to take. But I take it. I first smell it. Smells really good. Not like beer that I'm used to, but it smells like coffee, like vanilla, like a whole bunch of things. There's flavors in this. This isn't just beer. This is something else. My eyes light up. I've never tasted something so delicious and refreshing and relaxing at the same time. All of a sudden, my purpose is clear. My purpose is beer.
So we
Anyway, this is AleSmith's Speedway Stout, but the Affogato variant.
AleSmith Brewing Company was started in 1995 in San Diego, California. It started with humble beginnings and a recipe for a Belgian Golden Strong Ale that would start the ball rolling for these now craft brewing giants, and the beginnings of the San Diego beer community as we know it today. San Diego, much like the greater Los Angeles area, is home to a lot of world-renowned breweries. AleSmith is certainly one of those breweries, especially for us here on the podcast. In 2002, the company was sold to Peter Zine, who at the time was the only BJCP Grandmaster Level 1 beer judge in San Diego County. BJCP stands for Beer Judge Certification Program. It's a non-profit organization to certify the taste buds of people judging beers. Zion immediately put his skills to work, making sure everything that comes out of their brew house is top-tier beer, and they have not disappointed. In 2003, they released the first Speedway Stout, which is an imperial stout aged in bourbon barrels. They have since introduced flavored variants of it, including Vietnamese coffee, espresso, Madagascar vanilla, and affogato, today's pick, among others. The original sits on the Beer Advocate Top 250 at number 139, and 2 other variants also cracked the top 250 at the time of this recording. But they don't do just stouts, although in recent years that's about all you'll find on the shelves here in New England. They brew all types of beers, and they do them very well. One of their staples, the 394 Pale Ale, is a collaboration with Baseball Hall of Famer Tony Gwynn, one of the greatest hitters of all time, who spent his entire 19-year Major League Baseball career with the San Diego Padres. The 394 signifies Gwynn's batting average on August 11, 1994, when the season was stopped short due to the players' strike. It was the last real chase to hit over 400 in a season, which is now considered to be impossible with today's pitchers. Gwynn probably could have done it if it wasn't for the players' strike, and it's a number that resonates with San Diego sports fans. The last person in the quote-unquote modern era to hit over 400 was, of course, Ted Williams in 1941 for the Boston Red Sox. The last person in the modern era to hit over 400 was, of course, Ted Williams in 1941 for the Boston Red Sox, several years before the league started to integrate in 1947, in the year before World War II. So take that information and come to your own conclusions. But enough about baseball. The AleSmith Brewery is now located on the outskirts of northern San Diego. It has a wide open tap room with an awesome view of the brewing tanks behind the long bar. Aaron and I visited back in 2018 when we sampled just about everything they had on tap. Every beer was excellent. We even got a chance to try some of the more sought-after variants of the Speedway series, normally open to only society members. This may or may not have necessitated a nap in the car after because they were all incredible. Today's beer is one of those incredible versions, the Affogato Speedway Stout with coffee and vanilla flavors. Aaron and I have actually been to AleSmith. We went on one of our road trips.
Did we go to the original AleSmith?
Yeah.
Wow, look at us.
Went to that was okay. We've had this one
paper
before.
back from the dead.
We've had this beer before because on our road trip, this is the day you almost died.
What?
Remember your rope was too short?
No, that wasn't that day. Was it?
Yeah.
Was that the same day?
Yeah.
I thought this was the day we met my friend climbing.
Nope.
Oh.
We met your friend climbing the day that we went to.
That was like the day after? Or?
The day after. Because we started in San Diego, AleSmith, San Diego.
Yeah. So you saved my life that day. Damn.
So after that whole adventure.
Skip past it. Skip past it.
Listen to the climbing podcast for that one.
Yeah. No, there is no climbing podcast.
Oh.
There's too many. It's fine. I brought a rope that was too short, and I did the math wrong in my head for meters versus feet, because ropes are in meters and climbs are in feet, or vice versa. It's a 70-meter rope, and then it's like a 50-foot climb or something, and you're like, it could get me to the top and bottom. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why ropes are in metric and climbs are in feet, so you have to do the math. And then you have to like multiply it by 2 to make sure you can get down.
70 meters is way more than 50 feet.
I had a 45-meter rope. Normally I have a 70-meter rope.
I was doing
like
the math.
45.
Even doubling it, that should be.
50-foot climb, 45-meter rope should be fine.
No, it was not.
It was not.
It's not because it's 50 meters up.
So it's 100
50 feet. Sorry,
it's 100 feet.
100 feet up and down, but it's not a straight 100 feet.
Yeah.
The zigs and the zags and whatever you take.
But yeah, so anyway, my rope was too short coming down, and anyway, back to the beer.
Right after that experience, we go to AleSmith, and they have a taco truck. Taco truck is fucking fantastic.
Oh my God, that's right. I forgot about the taco truck.
We grab some tacos, we sit there, and we have some beers, and we're like, you know what? Let's get some flights.
Is it the taco truck that just got a Michelin star?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
Out there?
There is a taco truck. I don't know where said taco truck is, but a taco truck just got a Michelin star.
I feel like we need to seek out this taco truck.
Now we have to.
Now we do. This is a new mission. This is a new
Michelin star mission.
It's a new adventure.
We got there and the guy was very nice.
The bartender.
The bartender was very nice. We were there early in the day on like a Wednesday, and he was like, "All right, you guys want to do flights of everything? Sure. Like, we don't normally do that on Wednesday afternoons. And then we're like, all right, you've been great to us. We bring in a 4-pack of Treehouse and Trillium. And the guy was like, I can't drink this with you. We were like, no, we don't want to drink it with you. You just have it and give it to everybody else. And he was like, sure, whatever. He goes back and he has like a weird conversation with the other bartenders. He's like, I gotta talk to the manager. I gotta talk to this. And we're like, okay, whatever. I'm sure they're not going to say no to like, they want to drop off beer for us. Sure, whatever. Sure enough. And he's like, all right, so they told me you can have anything the Barrel Society has. And we're like, what's the Barrel Society? And he goes, oh,
Yeah.
what's the Barrel Society? And it was all the AleSmith variants that are like top 250 on Beer Advocate. They had this one, they had the espresso, they had the
I don't remember.
there were so
I just
many of
say,
them.
can we get a flight? We asked for a flight.
Yeah,
And he
he's
brought
like,
us
do
a
you
flight.
want one? And we're like, can we just get a flight of them all? And he was like, oh yeah, that's even easier. Sure.
Nice.
And
Jealous.
this is
Yeah.
fantastic. I
No.
love this beer. This is a 20 out of 20. I love ale.
We-
Speedway Stout.
Yeah, Speedway. We went into the parking lot. We just slept. We slept in their parking lot.
Mhm.
And don't tell AleSmith that, but we did. We didn't have enough tacos.
Okay.
All the tacos in
The
the world.
world.
Okay, so Eric, you're giving this a 20.
Yeah,
Yeah, this has got him into craft beers as a character.
that's true. Got me into craft beers as a character too.
This was your gateway beer. Do you imagine? This was someone's gateway beer into craft beer.
Oh my god.
Be an epic first craft beer.
I don't even think it could be. I think your palate needs to like build to
Not
this.
necessarily. If you're just
I
like,
think Rick could be there as a character right away.
what if you just was like, you didn't know, and you're like, this is beer.
Also, after a rough day, after seeing a coworker die, after seeing a fellow pro.
Somebody who got promoted ahead of me, and then ahead of my mentor, and then one more time.
After seeing all of that,
Yeah.
and then him die, I guess you might be. It's mixed feelings. It's delicious though. A 19 out of 20 for me. So tasting notes, vanilla forward, but it is very much like, I don't know. It's got to be the coffee undertones,
Mhm.
which aren't really stated in this beer. Right after the vanilla, it's like this very the toasty coffee undertone right away. And that's like, I think, the base of the Speedway Stout. And it's delicious.
For those who don't know what affogato is, it's essentially espresso and ice cream.
Never had it, but I want
Oh,
to.
what?
Yeah.
Oh, I actually, so for those of us who didn't know, included me.
Yeah. So affogato
That's why I said
is
you couldn't have it.
is an Italian style dessert that is ice cream with coffee and or espresso over it.
That sounds pretty good, actually.
So yes, so it's very surprising that there's no lactose in here, given there is an ice cream base based on the affogato. But this is a delicious beer.
You can tell there's no lactose though, because it has a sharper finish than a lactose beer would have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
so this
definitely
is closer
does,
to like traditional stout where you get that bitterness of the malt and the coffee notes where it's not overly sweetened. This is delicious. It's very drinkable at 12%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely a scary one if you're drinking cans of this by yourself.
Yeah, it definitely tastes like a lighter style stout with all the flavor packed in.
I mean, AleSmith kills it, so that doesn't surprise me, but man, this is good.
It is. I'm going to give this one an 18.
Nice.
So that gives it a 19 overall.
Why an 18? Tell me why.
Just it's from a personal thing. I think there's just better stouts. So it's for me when I do rank things and try and judge them, like, well, how
Yeah.
many more styles of this beer would I have over this one? So there's still a little bit of hint of sweet from they're probably using vanilla bean in some capacity for the vanilla ice cream. Yeah, Tahitian vanilla beans.
What was the last one we had? Madagascar.
Madagascar, I believe.
In the check out the previous episode.
Check out the previous episode. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Madagascar vanilla bean.
Yeah, my gut just is like this
For
is
differentiation between the two vanilla beans.
Yeah.
It's gonna be obvious.
I don't know. My gut just said this was an 18.
No, that's
So-
fine. That's
19 overall.
It's really good.
Very good.
It's really good. Everything they do is great. If you get a chance to get anything from AleSmith, please do it. They're another West Coast powerhouse. The only reason they weren't in our travel episode was because Aaron and I had been there. You say this is beer. This is amazing.
Oh, we're
Can
back
I-
in play.
Yeah, can I learn more about beer?
Yeah, this place always is getting new and unique things. We'll come here at least once a week after work, if not more often. Especially if people like paper keep getting promoted.
Well, I look forward to it. Well, sorry, the beer part. This is amazing. Can I get another?
Yeah. The bartender comes around and puts 2 more pints down. Rock throws him some gold.
Thanks, Rock.
For almost killing you. Heal wounds on myself.
Then
Touch yourself.
I don't think I have that ability yet.
as Rick and Rock are drinking their beers, we fade back to Rick
Doodle.
and Short Stack back at the Pig's Tavern.
Yeah, so that's what happened the first day I was on the job.
Oh, wow. Man, that's a rough first day. I mean, I've never had a job in my life, but
It sounds scary, but then at the same time, not.
the taste, like, did that beer make you feel like you gained some sanity?
A little bit,
Shit.
now that you mention it.
That might be the one I need to seek out.
I mean, I don't even know what the name of it was. Oh, wait, no, I do. We just did a whole review of it.
Crap.
Thank you for listening to the Purgatorious Pig Tavern podcast. Go like us and follow us on Instagram. Subscribe to Spotify, Podbean, Apple, YouTube Music, Pocket Cast, wherever you listen to your podcast. If we're not on there, let us know. We'll figure out how to get on the streaming app you use, though I don't know how you're listening to us if you're hearing this. And go follow our Discord page or our Discord channel. This has been a Widgety Widgets production.
Boop.